Even if I found the best business model in the world and you said, Adelle, you could run an extremely successful, extremely profitable bottle cap company, I would say, thank you, but no thank you. This is not for me.
This is Adelle Archer, founder and CEO of Eterneva, an end-of-life company that supports people after the death of a loved one through the creation of memorial diamonds.
We celebrate remarkable people and pets when they pass away by making diamonds from the carbon in their ashes or hair. And what's special about it is we create a whole celebration experience around the diamond creation process and just give people an outlet to get to celebrate their person on an ongoing basis and have something positive to look forward to in the wake of loss. The idea for Eterneva did not come fully formed by any means. I wanted to do something that brought people joy. I wanted to help people that were struggling or suffering in some way, while also ensuring that this is a good business model and that there were fundamental attributes to the business that would allow it to be successful and be scalable. Today, I'm going to be talking about what it takes to identify the right opportunity. As an entrepreneur, how do I know that this is the right business to be investing the next 5 to 10 years of my life in?
Here's a show about the stuff you need to know to start and run a successful business. These are lessons from real-life experience. Welcome to B School.
So tell me about that first business about Bottled Things.
What Bottled Things taught me was that it's really important to be working on something that you love and care about. We would support people in identifying somebody that they wanted to go back and thank, writing the story out, and then we actually had these really beautiful bottles. They would just get this really beautiful package in this bottle and get to learn about the impact out of the blue that they had. While the idea was aligned with things that I loved and I cared about, the business model itself was not really a scalable model. After Bottled Things, I was looking for what is the next business. And I learned about lab-grown diamond technology. And I was very excited about it because I felt like I was spotting something at a really early stage. People were just beginning to talk about you can actually grow a real diamond in a lab that is 100% identical to a mined diamond. I knew that this was something that was positive for the environment. It was good for labor standards, knowing that, you know where the diamond came from. So my business partner, Garrett, and I were fascinated in the technology, and we said, I feel like there's a really big opportunity here, and we're spotting this industry at a really early point, and we think that this is going to really blow up. And then it wasn't until I lost my close friend, unexpectedly, and started looking as the customer of what all the different offerings in the end-of-life space to honor and celebrate somebody special, did I realize perhaps we could marry this technology that I found really interesting with a gap in a market, and that is actually how we landed on the memorial diamond, and it checked a lot of boxes in the framework.
So, what exactly is the opportunity framework?
So the opportunity framework is a way to think about, am I looking at a really strong business model or not? The framework encourages you to think in 4 different quadrants: the opportunity, the customer, the competition, and the strategy. You're thinking through, in the opportunity side, is this a large market? How much could I charge for this? How much does it cost to produce? How much does it take to acquire customers? And then on the customer end, you're thinking about how intense of a need is there here? Do customers really, really want and need this competitively? Is there a lot of competition? What do the barriers to entry look like? And then strategy. What kind of people do you need on the bus to build this type of company? What level of upfront investment is going to be required? What are the key success factors of the company? So if you had to do 3 things exceptionally well, and are you the entrepreneur to deliver on that? You want to be thinking through things and asking yourself questions. It's not about having the right answer. The question is more important. After we ran Eterneva through the opportunity framework, we validated, okay, there might be a good business model here. If I had not used the framework and we had just dived into the lab-grown diamond business, it's really interesting to see where we are today. There are a number of lab-grown diamond businesses that have been built. And what ultimately has happened is what we saw when we did run it through the opportunity framework in the beginning. The price of diamonds have gone down significantly. So you have fierce competition and a diminishing business model. So the market's getting bigger, the opportunity is there, but is it really that great of a business? I think it's a pretty tough one to run.
Today, Eterneva is seen as a leader in the rapidly growing end-of-life space. In 2021, they raised $10 million during their Series A, only the second end-of-life company to ever do so. They even landed a deal with Mark Cuban on Shark Tank.
I'm a big believer in starting with the end in mind, and that's what the opportunity framework is really suggesting too. Think through all the different pieces and work backwards to really validate that this is right. When supporting somebody through a difficult time came together with a really good business model, it was really special. It was one of those moments that I was actually able to say with certainty, this is what I'm meant to be working on. This is my calling.